Person who speaks to you the most is you. From the moment individuals wake up in the morning to the moment they go to sleep at night, there is a constant conversation happening inside their head. And it comments, it predicts, it judges, it worries, compares, criticizes, and it really tries to make sense of their world. And the problem is that for many people living with unresolved trauma, that voice isn't supportive. It's hard, it's repetitive, it's fearful, and it's absolutely exhausting. Now, many high functioning professionals, business owners, parents, carers, people who appear successful on the outside often experience this privately. They may look confident and capable, yet internally the voice is saying, "Are you doing enough? You should be further ahead. Something is going to be wrong," or "You can't trust yourself." Now, what most people don't realize is that this voice is often not a reflection of who you are. It is a reflection of what your nervous system has learned. And trauma changes the way that the brain interprets the world. The brain becomes focused on prediction, protection, and survival, and it starts to scan for danger, rejection, criticism, shame, or even failure. And then over time, the voice that once became the outside criticism can become the voice that is inside and is on repeat. And eventually, many people start hearing it as conditioning and start to believe it as their truth. That's how they live their life. Now, this is why simply telling someone to stay positive, do your daily affirmations, really works. The issue isn't a lack of positive thinking. The issue is that the brain and the body and the nervous system have learned a pattern that feels necessary for survival. Now, the good news is that pattern can change. Inside the trauma recovery method, we use a 3-phase focus: release, reprogram, and restore. First, we help individuals with release, and we release the emotions that the nervous system keeps charged, and that keeps that inner critic active. When we reprogram, the old beliefs, the mental patterns that were formed through past experiences, finally they get restored in self-trust, emotional regulation, confidence, and a much healthier relationship with themselves. Because recovery isn't about silencing your inner voice through force. It is about helping the brain and the nervous system learn that the old voice is no longer needed for protection. So here's a question to reflect on today. If the inner voice in your head disappeared for 24 hours, what would be different about how you felt? What decisions would you make differently? And how would you actually treat yourself? The answer to that question often reveals how much influence your internal dialogue has over your life. If it resonates with you, watch our free masterclass where we explain how the brain and trauma is affected, how your body and your behavior patterns and your nervous system regulations is all entwined. And if you're ready to understand why you still feel stuck despite trying therapy, self-help, coaching, personal development, book a consultation with us. Bye.